All right, guys. So you remember the Texas high school shooter that the mainstream liberal media ignored because the shooter wasn't white, right? He wasn't a white male. So therefore, the mainstream media was simply not interested in that story at all and swept it under the rug. Well, yeah. That guy, that Texas high school shooter, is back in jail after being released on a $75,000 bond, which anybody with a brain found to be absolutely ridiculous, right? And that's an issue with our criminal justice system is, again, allowing people that we know are violent back on the streets on low bail. Okay, and again, unsurprisingly, this person is right back in jail once again. Now, before we get into the reason why he is locked up again, let's actually play a video to remind you guys kind of what the situation was, so that you guys have a fresh understanding of what's going on here. Take a look.
Hey there, Meredith. Yeah, according to those court documents that we got today, Timothy Simpkins grabbed a .45 caliber handgun from an orange backpack and opened fire inside of his classroom. Tonight, he is out on bond right now, but could face up to 20 years in prison if convicted.
God, in one way or another, God, you'll bring good out of a bad situation.
Timothy Simpkins' family and supporters gathered outside the Tarrant County Jail, praying for those who were injured in Wednesday's shooting inside Timberview High School. Also praying, they say, that it be a lesson for the Mansfield School District. Moments later, the teen wearing a blue cap and t-shirt emerged after spending the night in jail. With his family in tow, we asked if there's any remorse.
Timothy, do you have anything to say to anybody? Are you sorry? Were you being bullied, sweetie? Is this because you were being bullied? Do you have anything to say to any of the victims that you're sorry, your teacher?
The 18-year-old is charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His family says while they're not justifying the shooting, they claim he's been bullied because he has nice things. Bullying that they've reported to the school to no avail. The teen walked into the probation office for an ankle monitor. 2 hours later, his group came out and quickly ushered Simpkins into a running car with the help of a security team trying to block his face, leaving without a word.
He is receiving threats, and so there's concerns for his family's safety as well as his safety. So we request that you all respect their privacy at this time.
Attorney Kim Cole, speaking on behalf of the family, demands the narrative surrounding the shooting change.
Obviously, what happened yesterday was very tragic. I believe that it being portrayed as the standard issue school shooting, this was not someone who was just out to go and shoot up a school and had made up their mind, hey, I'm upset and I'm just going to shoot anyone I see.
Okay, so as far as his bond conditions go, Simpkins has a GPS monitor on him and is on house arrest. He cannot possess a gun and he cannot have any contact with any of the victims. Meredith?
All right, so that was just a little reminder of kind of what happened, okay, before this, so that you guys had a fresh understanding of this situation, the details surrounding this story. So let's go ahead and read about why this kid, right, is back in jail once again. The teenager accused in the shooting at Timberview High School in Arlington in October has been arrested for an alleged bond violation, according to court records. Timothy George Simpkins, 18, faces charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in the shooting, which left 4 people injured, officials have said. After his arrest in October, Simpkins was released from custody on bail. On Thursday, a warrant was issued for his arrest for a bond violation, according to court records. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram reported that the violation was over a urinalysis result, which indicated he used a substance prohibited by his bond conditions. The bond conditions banned Simpkins from using illegal drugs and alcohol. Jail records show Simpkins in custody at the Tarrant County Jail on Friday morning. Simpkins' family and attorney Kim Cole have alleged that he was a victim of bullying, though Arlington Police Chief Al Jones ruled out bullying and said Simpkins was involved in some high-risk activity that led to the shooting. All right, so this kid, right, this guy, right, if you want to still call him a kid, he's 18, right, but basically, he failed an IQ test, right? And that's why he's back in jail, okay? Because that's what a drug test is. It's an IQ test, right? It's a test of, are you smart enough? And do you have enough self-control to not do drugs while you are out on bond, okay? It's the same thing when it comes to a job, right? Even though I don't necessarily agree with drug tests for jobs in principle, I do understand why jobs do them, right? It's an IQ test. It's a self-control test. Do you have enough self-control not to do any type of drugs until, at the very least, after you pass this drug test, okay? Now, this kid right here obviously couldn't do that, right? And in my opinion, that's an indication of his state of mind, that he does not have self-control. Just like he didn't have enough self-control not to bring a gun to school and to start shooting up the classroom after he got into a fight with somebody. Now, again, the parents tried to say, oh, he was being bullied. He was being bullied, okay? Which is not an excuse to do that, first and foremost. And the police chief actually pushed back on that, saying that, hey, no, we don't think bullying was the situation here. He was actually involved in some high-risk activity. And then you guys remember the family, after he got out on a $75,000 bond, which, again, was ridiculous, okay? They threw him a little party, right? When he got back home, they threw him a party. Not only did they throw him a party, they also tried to start him a GoFundMe, okay? A GoFundMe. Basically, they rewarded bad behavior. And to me, just based off all the things that I'm saying, right, it has become clear that this kid, right, he needs some serious help, okay, first and foremost, but his family is really letting him down because they are rewarding bad behavior, right? They're rewarding bad behavior, okay? This is what you get when you throw a party for somebody after he commits a school shooting and then gets out on a $75,000 bond. This is what happens. This is what happens. Like, what lesson did he learn? Sounds to me like the lesson that he learned is that crime pays, right? Being a school shooter, apparently you get a party for doing stuff like that. Okay, according to the family, and the family will go as far as to lie for you as well and to say that, hey, you know what? It's not your fault. You were bullied. You were bullied. Even though the police are saying, nah, that's not true, right? Even though there's no real evidence to suggest that's the case, okay? So what is the parents going to say this time? What's the excuse going to be? That he failed a drug test. Oh, the drug test was fake, right? The white man tried to set him up. Are they going to play the race card, right? Are they going to pull the race card? What's the excuse this time? Was he bullied into taking drugs? Or was it a more plausible explanation like, you know, maybe his family may have helped him give access to those drugs? Because he's supposed to be on house arrest. GPS monitoring. So how in the world did he get access to drugs and alcohol? Unless his family was extremely negligent or they may have had something to do with it. Now, I'm not throwing any accusations out there. I have no clue. I'm just saying, just using some reasoning here and logic. I would find it hard for him to get access to drugs without him having some help from the people that are around him. And again, considering what we know about the people that's around him, his family, they have thrown him a party. They've lied for him. Okay, they've done all types of things that, in my opinion, enables this type of behavior. So if I was a bad man, I would say that, you know, they were even extremely careless, or who knows, right? They may have had something to do with him getting access to these drugs and alcohol, okay? Which led to him failing this drug test. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying. His family, in my opinion, again, you're saying how when the family does not step up and take responsibility, there may not be a strong father figure there. This is what happens. You have people that become career criminals. Again, all too often we see violent people get arrested, go to jail for a day or two, get out on these low bonds, okay? And then next thing you know, you're right back in jail. They're right back in jail on something else, some drug charge, something like that. This is the same exact story. It's the same exact thing. And how those stories usually go is that they keep getting in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail, until finally that person does something crazy enough, okay, that warrants him just not getting out of jail anymore, right? That is kind of what happens. And I hope and pray that's not the path that this kid is on. I hope and pray it's not. But based off what I'm saying, I have very little confidence that that is not the case, okay? Very little confidence. Because again, it seems to me that his family's not really taking responsibility for his bad behavior. They're not really trying to correct his behavior either. Again, it's sad, man. It's a very, very, very sad situation. But hey, again, I'm not really surprised to see it. Just based off what we know. Not really surprised to see it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.